The anti-corruption fight is on course, and it is all thanks to the dedicated efforts of patriots who are fully loyal to the fight of the anti-corruption war, like Abubakar Malami, SAN, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Gentlemen of the press, following the suspension and the immediate sack of the former acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Mr. Ibrahim Magu, many stories have been sponsored in different media. Most of them outright lies, some concoctions, and a hodgepodge of deliberate falsehood, dirty imaginations, and misdirected vengeful attacks. Whichever way, any story built on lies cannot stand against people of proven integrity. The first group of these people not only aim to rubbish the determination of President Muhammadu Buhari to rid the country of systemic corruption, but also to destabilize his government so that an eventual takeover is guaranteed by any means outside the constitutional means. They began by insinuating that if Magu is guilty of corruption, it means the president has altogether lost it. In fact, they claim that by the government allowing him to stay this long, it means the anti-corruption fight is a charity. But this notion is laughable, because it is the same government of Buhari that is probing him now. But we shall deal with all these points very diligently in the course of events. Another group has focused their attention on the Star Chief Law Officer of the Federation, the Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Mr. Abubakar Malami, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Their own antics are infantile, comical, and full of deletions that one is forced to pity them. You may have seen a building which they claim that Mr. Malami built for his son, and you may have read of other properties which they unsuccessfully tried to link to Mr. Malami. These have all been found to be nothing other than merchandise in falsehood and tissues of lies that cannot stand the weight of proven integrity and investigations. We are concerned about development, and we are saying it very clearly that we are pleased with Mr. President's anti-corruption war. We are excited and elated that what has happened to Magu shows that there is no sacred cow anywhere. Now, when all of these things happen, you will discover that politicians who are angling for power, they do not also care about party. A politician in PDP today will cross carpet to APC and will sing all the praise of APC. By the next day, he's back to PDP. Another day, he swings to YPP, and then you see him in PRP again. What we are saying is that these politicians who are fueling acrimony, trying to trying to incite the citizenry against the president, against the anti-corruption war, against the government, we are calling on them to desist from such. We know very well that they are across all party lines. In short, I can tell you authoritatively that they are fueling all of this fight from a partisan angle, just to paint the government in a very bad light. We at the National Youth Council of Nigeria, we frown at this, because if there is no democratic stability, then development cannot thrive. So it is our bounden duty to defend what is right within the presence of the law. It is our bounden duty to speak up against anyone who tries to politicize the development of Nigeria, who tries to politicize the fight against corruption. The fight against corruption is holistic and it is total. So we are calling on all politicians, stop hiding behind the finger, to throw shades of meaningless accusation. We have seen several attacks against ministers in the government of President Muhammadu Buhari. It is all part of the grand plot to destabilize the government. We, the youth of Nigeria, will not fold our arms and watch these politicians succeed in their fiendish evil acts.